Hey everybody, this is Charlie Musselwhite, and you're listening to Athena After Dark. I ain't lying. Thank you, baby.
Hey everybody, welcome to Athena After Dark. So glad you guys are here. This is me, the Hot Mess Express. I'm in my granny sweater tonight, my Willie's Tropical Tattoo shirt. I'm so excited. Thank you all for being here. We had a great week and we hope you did too. So we have a good show, short show, but it's a good one. It's always a good one if we can be here with you. So let's kickstart this baby and get it rolling. All right, so we're going to start out with our upcoming events. Just a constant reminder so everybody knows where to be, when to be there. Okay, this weekend coming up, we have the David Mann Chopper Fest in Ventura, California. So if you're on that side of the USA, make sure that you go and attend that event. It is absolutely incredible. And you can see the Songbird and Mondo and all the cool choppers and David Mann art. Meet Miss Jackie Mann. It's incredible. And then if you're on this side of the United States, if you're near St. Louis or you want to do something fun and exciting, take a trip, head over to the Cycle Showcase at the Moto Museum. Randy puts on an absolutely phenomenal exhibit. It is crazy and the coolest choppers. Definitely worth the visit. So, and it's every year, and this year is a good year to go and attend. All right, after that, well, you know, we're coming up on it. There you go. Save the date. We got Bike Week. Whew, and we're on the countdown. During Bike Week, okay, so we're going to do Saturday is Sons of Speed, sponsored by Northern Tool and Equipment. New Smyrna Speedway starts at 11, and you can get tickets at billylane.net. So it's an awesome event. Great racers, great fun, great camaraderie. It is definitely something the spectators enjoy. So make sure you get your tickets and go if you're in town. Okay. And then next Monday, we have the Flying Piston Benefit. So that's another one that is fantastic. Myself and 3 other builders, we've customized some small e-bikes, and they're going to be up for auction along with a lot of skateboard art, phenomenal artists. The builders will be there. The website on the address, you can go ahead and get tickets. Come out. It's a great way to start off Bike Week. Fantastic breakfast. Event. Then, all of us ladies, we love this one, the morning ride. So it's March 6th, Wednesday. Starts at 9 a.m. The kickstands are up, so you want to be there way early. You can register. The website is on the screen there, and it is a ride from the Speedway all the way around the loop, and it ends up at Teddy Morse Harley Davidson, formerly Destination Daytona. At the end of the ride, there's a great ladies show, and that is the... Are you okay there, Beck? Dawn's doing a great job. Okay, Renegade Babes is having a women's ride-in show. I was just at a women's show this past weekend. We'll talk about that here shortly, but a great event to attend. So if you're not on the Biker Bells ride and you want to come at the end and come and bring your bike and enter into the contest, it's going to be great. So another thing for you to do. Then, of course, the reason that, well, all of us bikers go to Daytona, it is the greatest motorcycle show on earth, and it is Willie's Chopper Time at Willie's Tropical Tattoo in Ormond Beach. And that is Thursday, March 7th, 11 to 4. Fantastic. You guys have to come out and see it. Great rolling works of art. And if you ever think you'd want to see something on 2 wheels, custom, it's definitely there. Okay, and then we're going to get some Cycle Source stuff in here. They have a lot of great shows going on. Just waiting on flyers. So after that, Destination Daytona, formerly Destination Teddy Morse Harley Davidson. This is their roster. Jazz McCain is playing on the 2nd of March. You have from Jackal, Jesse James Dupree. So much cool stuff going on there. They got a lot of events, some other shows. That we have... Oh, yay. My hero, Donnie Smith. We have his Donnie Smith show at the Riverside. I get at a loss for words. Miss Dawn, I love you.
Anniversary.
You know why?
35th
It's not his
anniversary.
anniversary, it's his annual. Dawn's busting on me. I always say anniversary. It's the anniversary of the first one. It's the 35th anniversary. Okay, so it's the 35th annual. Anyways, presented by Dennis Kirk. We're going to be there. We're going to be doing live footage there. I'm so excited for that. So after that, we're doing really good here in April here in South Florida, which is fantastic. We don't get a lot of shows here in Florida. Iron Goddess show is here. And ladies, come on, bring them. Ride from wherever you want. I want to see them. I'll be there. I'm excited. And and that is on April 20th, 2024. It starts at 10 a.m. and ends at 5 p.m. You can go to the Iron Goddess motorcycleshow.com and pre-register if you're in the show. There's criteria there. Great music, great time. So I'm excited about that. And then I'm super excited for this Tennessee Motorcycle and Music Revival. Okay, the website is on the screen. The tickets have been on sale for a while. It's at Hurricane Mills at Loretta Lynn's Ranch. And if you are we're excited, super excited about that. Okay, so speaking of all of that, everybody knows there's always some kind of technical difficulty in the world of live stream, so we're working through that. I'm really excited. We learned a bunch of stuff. Don and myself, we've been working together to learn about videos and editing. So we're going to start putting some stuff up here, and it's really cool. So we're going to upgrade. It'll just keep getting better and better and better. So we thank you all for being here and watching and participating. Okay, this is the crazy thing I call my life, and I was just going to give you an update as to why pre-Daytona it gets a little silly. Okay, Don's going to put up some pictures for me, and we're going to go through them. All right, this is me working on my little Stasic e-bike for the Flying Piston benefit. And when I tell you, I have a little video that I'm making, and I'm excited. I'll be putting it up here in the next week. But wow, what a challenge to just do everything you can. It's like a mini motorcycle, but like small
really
scale.
small.
Yeah, it's mini. It's really small. So, but I've been having a lot of fun with it.
So are the riders, though.
What's that?
The riders are
The
really
riders
small.
are really small too.
Yeah, so
I can't wait. It's super exciting, and it's taken on a life of its own. I started with an idea of how I wanted it to go, and then like any motorcycle I ever build, it tells me exactly who it's going to be when it comes to life. So same story. Okay, so then with that, these are my raw parts that I picked up from the Sandblaster for my build for the Bill Dodge Invitational, for the Bling Cycle Invitational. And there's me outside in the yard putting bare metal primer on it so that I keep it from rusting after I had it all sandblasted, and I could do some final fabrication and start on the mock-up because May is not that far off. But it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited and honored too. It's ridiculous. And Buck and his wife Tanya, everyone there, they put on such an event. It's so cool. So Tennessee Motorcycle Music Revival, you have to go. It's been on my list of things to do, and now I get to do it. All right. So the next
we'll do it one more time for you. There you go. One more time.
Get your tickets. It's in May. Right after that, we're doing the pilgrimage to Clarksdale. So if you want to go on that too, you just holler at me and let me know. I'll let you know all the details. Okay. So after those photos, this is in my shop right now. Miss Laura, I absolutely love her to death. She rides a trike. So she's contracted us to do some trike stuff. And boy, howdy, are we doing some trike stuff. So it kind of takes up some room in the space in the shop. And yeah, it's been a little silly with attempting to get everything done for Bike Week. So with that said, we have a full house. There it is. That's the view from above.
He's still working there when it's raining.
That's how we do it when it's raining. Yes, that's exactly how it happens. When it's raining, we work like that. So, but again, it's always worth it. I love what I do. So, okay, so that's the madness that I call my life or my world right now. Okay, so we're going to do an Ask Athena. We'll get into this one. It's kind of funny. I guess Don's going to put it up for me. I got to read it because it says, Dear Athena, my name is Carl and I live in Panama City. I have more than a few Harleys. My daughter is 17 and has a full scholarship opportunity to quite a few colleges, and has recently expressed her desire to go to MMI and become a motorcycle mechanic instead of going to college. And it says, as a dad, I want the best for her, but I understand her love of motorcycles. What would you say to her if she was your daughter? Would you let her go to MMI? Okay, so I had to give this quite a bit of thought as the person that I am, as a mom, and also as a motorcycle person, a bike builder, and a rider. And then I also got my 30-year-old son's opinion on the question as well. So, Carl, what I would say is, if she was my daughter, I would explain to her all the things that go along with being a motorcycle mechanic. It's not easy. The love of it is incredible for what you get to do. But if you want to have a career and be able to ride your motorcycle and opportunities to do other things, that should be something that you do after you get your education. I personally would do my best to persuade her to go to college, take the classes that will help her and benefit her as a motorcycle technician, learn STEM, engineering, CAD programs, so much that she can learn in college that she can apply to the practical application of being a motorcycle mechanic. After college, if she wants to go to MMI, get the degree, and use the skills that she learned, she can do more than just be a motorcycle technician. She can be an engineer. She can work for the factory. She can design things. There's so many opportunities out there, and it all starts with a really good education and a lot of STEM programs. So I would definitely do my best to persuade her. My son said, do what you love, do it. If you want to do it, just do it. But he's 30, and at 30, we all said that. At 20, we all said that. If you look back now, I mean, an average technician at, a dealership makes about $24 an hour. And that's not really great pay to start. But with the background of college and, like I said, taking some of those programs with, CAD programs, doing SolidWorks, and there's so many things that STEM teaches you, and you can focus towards that degree, that'll allow you to have more of a career and make, the six figures that you need to make to have the family, have the vehicle, have the motorcycles, and an opportunity to ride them. So, I mean, we love what we do here, Don and I both. But when I say we're always working on other people's motorcycles, and we have to stop and make time to ride our motorcycles. And again, we've made that
just to and from work.
Yeah, more than just to and from work. And we're making that more of a priority because we've buried ourselves into our work for the longest time. So yeah, I would say to her, go to college, get the degree, and then afterward offer to pay for her full ride to MMI. Make her a deal, And if you can approach it like giving her suggestions and letting her make the decision, because inevitably the decision is going to be hers. We know how kids are, like we were when we were kids. If you tell them they can't do it, they're going to turn around and do it anyways. It's just the way it is. So, and if she wants to talk or something like that and wants to know some of because there's a lot of pros and then there's a lot of cons. And really, if you write them all down on paper, you could actually see and weigh the options, and then she'll make the decision that's best for her with some input from dad, because dad input always matters. So I hope that answered your question. And again, contact me. My email is on the website, and I'd be more than glad to do whatever I can. And, I can show her a lot of programs and a lot of women who got the college education and they're now in motorcycles and doing phenomenally great things. So that's exciting. All right. So we're going to do a shout out to our friends tonight. This is kind of cool because I think this is about the last time we're going to see this slide. because we figured out how to make some videos. We're gonna do some sponsor pages and we got some advertisers coming up, so it's really good. All right, so we have Techno Research, our sponsor, Viking Bags, our sponsor. We have Biker Lives Matter, Cycle Source Magazine, Paco, S&S, Chicago Motorcycle Supply, Open Road Radio. Gina has a show an hour before us. Go to openroadradio.com. Lots of motorcycle good stuff, lots of great guests. And again, Willie's Tropical Tattoo. If you guys are in Daytona, you need to just go to Willie's and get a tattoo. I'll tell you what, if you go to Willie's and get a tattoo any time of the year and you document a photo and you send it to me, I will give you 15% off all the motorcycle parts you order from me. I can drop ship them to you. If it's out of the Drag Specialties catalog, all you have to do is send me a picture that you got a tattoo at Willie's, and I will confirm that you recently got that tattoo. And then I will fill your list and give you the discount, and we'll drop ship it straight to your door. So there you go. Motorcycle parts, cheap, and tattoos. Bikers love
Really good
tattoos
ones.
and deals. So
Really good tattoos.
really, really good tattoos. Oh my God. Clay, there's so many great artists there. I'm working on something for Don here soon too, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so Baker Drivetrain, fantastic transmissions. When yours takes a crap, or even if you just want to upgrade because you want something that, gives you a little more here or there, Don does all the math with the gearing and all that stuff. They have a regular chart that you can go on Baker Drivetrain, and tells you about your sprocket sizes and how you gear and all those things like that. So it's a phenomenal product. It's made here in the United States. It's made for Americans, by Americans, here in America. So always support them. We have Farm Life Creamery, Miss Laura Clock. You have to have this cheese. If you haven't had their cheese curds, flavored, not flavored, I don't care. But everything bagel cheese was ridiculously off the chain. So please support them. And then we have our friends at our dealerships, Palm Beach Harley Davidson. That's our Harley Davidson family here locally. We have Teddy Morse Harley Davidson, who was fantastic and just great host this weekend. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. Tobacco Road Harley Davidson, Biker Bells, Biker Net, Miss Maggie's South Country Inn. That's the place to stay. She does have open rooms from the first Friday till that Wednesday. She's got a couple rooms left at the bed and breakfast. Everything else is filled up. So go ahead and go to Miss Maggie's South Country Inn and get yourself a bed and breakfast if you're the early part of the week. And then Twisted Tea. Those are all our friends, and we hope that you'll support them. We all have to keep taking care of each other and support each other. So that's awesome. Okay, so I talked about Teddy Morse. This week was really cool because Miss Laura says lost you. Oh, it's okay. It's all good. Okay, we're doing good. So this past weekend, I was asked to come and participate in a female motorcycle show, ride-in show. Now, I can honestly say, as a woman who has been in the motorcycle industry a long time, I've never really participated in anything like that. I parked my bike once in the show side last year in Daytona, but I didn't know it was in the show. It's okay. I just was off to the side. So I had never really been to a ladies show. I really was interested, and they asked me to come and be a guest judge. So I didn't know what to expect. First, I can tell you that Teddy Morse Harley Davidson, they took over Destination Daytona. Miss Shelly Rossmeyer was there. It was so cool to actually get to talk to her. We talked about her dad and some stuff and her racing. She's a phenomenal lady. She is so sweet and just a wonderful, kind spirit. Miss Rebecca, who is the marketing director there, she is unbelievably the hostess with the mostest, and she was so kind. She brought all these women out, and it was really interesting. What I thought was interesting was the energy. Okay, so women came from all over the place, and I have to say it was really, really cool because I was expecting something different. I'm going to go through the pictures, and I'll talk about it as we're going through the pictures. Okay, so bike show parking only. They have a really cool place there. I've never really spent a lot of time at that location and got to see the whole place when it wasn't full of thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of motorcycles. So it was really cool. And we had like 49 entries in the show, but there were about 150 people there by the time we gave away the awards. So Here we go. Okay, so these two were two of my favorites. So on the simpler side, I mean, who doesn't love it, right? So red, white, and blue. I mean, FXR, yeah. It's like, it was pristine. That motorcycle was so off. It was just like off the floor from the factory. Little customization here and there, but it was spot on. And then the young lady here with the orange street bob, when I tell you, and I believe her name was Lisa. So this is not a full shot of this bike. No, these pictures are compliments of Kathmandu. She took these photos. So this woman, she rolled in. She's got saddlebags on this bike. They're all orange. Her spokes are black, and she has orange covers on every other one. Her tennis shoes match. I mean, she was put together like she has OCD like I do. I told her, I said, I bet your closet has all the shoe boxes with the pictures on them and all that stuff. And she assured me that, yes, it does. But every little detail was touched on that motorcycle. And then there were little messages, like on you can't really see it, but on the air cleaner, it said, don't fucking die. And on the saddlebag, it had all these little messages all over, and it was well tied together. So I was really impressed by her. And she's like 5 foot. It was super cool. So those were two of my favorites.
That's an upshot then.
It is an upshot. Yes. Okay. And so there's a photo of me and Josh. He's the general manager at Teddy Morse Harley Davidson. What a phenomenal guy. And then it's kind of funny because he was so sweet. There's the rings that the Bike Show Mafia, Jim, he also helped out and provided the trophies, blah, blah, blah. I'm tongue-tied tonight. Provided the trophy rings. It was really cool. And Teddy Morse also gave gift cards. But Josh was super cool and so sweet because when they were giving out the awards, it was so neat because he was going out to shake ladies' hands. And again, the energy is so different. Then they get so excited, they run over and he hands up the gift card and they're huggers. And he looks at me and I'm like, they're huggers. He's like, there's a lot of huggers. I'm like, yeah, because that's when we hug each other. It's a thing. You guys do too. It's just a whole different thing. But it was really cool. So that was phenomenal. And there's Miss Rebecca and Miss Kathmandu and myself. Had to get that photo. It was so cool. The energy was great. So we had this Stilettos on Steel. They were there, the Florida chapter. And these were the lady next to Kat. She is the photographer for Thunder Roads here. The other young lady, I'm so sorry, I apologize. I forgot her name, but you'll see her again here in this photo because she had a righteous Sportster. So we're going to go to that next, I think. There you go. There she is. And these bikes were awesome. And I mean, the young ladies, it didn't matter from stock to custom. The energy was so good. And they all follow each other on social media. And then you'd hear some of them say, oh, it's so nice to finally meet you. It was really, really cool. Okay. And then there's Miss Kathmandu. She busted me. I was judging, right now my sheets, my criteria sheet. So I had to give her a half a smile, not look irritated because, I was working, doing something. I was serious. And everybody's having fun. Now this lovely lady on her trike, the back of this trike, she took a server car and cut it up for the fenders and stuff. Just absolutely incredible, the stuff that came out. It was ridiculously awesome and fun. Okay.
Was that a Springer on the front of that thing?
Yes, it was a Springer on the front of that thing.
No.
No. Oh, no.
Okay.
No, it was done nice and the paint was faded blue. Okay, so then we had the performance baggers too. Then we had the best bagger and Miss Rebecca had asked me about some classes and I didn't realize the turnout we were going to get. We would have had just performance baggers. But these ladies were, no bullshit, they were all both well put together. I mean, they dressed, they have their hair done, the whole 9 yards. But when I tell you, their motorcycles were the same, well put together, like the details. And I know a lot of women who were at that show probably thought maybe, a little more flashy paint or this or that. But when you get down to it, it's so difficult to make a motorcycle look that simple and all put together, where the hardware was all facing the same direction. The wiring was off the chain. Just really, really cool. And kudos to everyone that was there. I was so inspired by all these women. It was just crazy cool. All right. Trikes. Yeah, we're working on trikes. So, all right. So we had it all. So the orange one, right? This woman, she rocked it. She was, in her late 50s. And she'd just been riding that trike all over the place, and she was so comfortable in that saddle. When she took off and she rode away, I was like, damn, that woman is a powerful force. And I don't know if she knows it, but yeah, she was rocking it. And then the other young lady on this side, she's a veteran, and she painted her bike with the American flag, and she's a sergeant and such a cool woman. She actually took best of show on that trike. So that was awesome. And then we got a few more. Okay, so oh no, and now this was the best trike. So this family was so super cool. It was the mom, her kids, and the dad, and her two sons, and Damien and Ryder. They actually sent me some of their artwork and some pictures. They took phenomenal photographers. But this thing was crazy. It had old machine gun, bullet casings, all this stuff. And I think a couple of people actually kind of looked like down their nose at it, like, because it was rusty and whatever. But if anyone knew what it took to put that together, maintain it, and ride it, there's kudos in that for sure. And then if you look at these Hawaiian shirts, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's pictures of each member of the family. So these folks, 3 of them got out of the car and they had these shirts on, and I said, oh wow, nice shirts. And they were telling me how they're from Nebraska and they keep all their family on the shirts. That way nobody ever gets lost. It was pretty funny. And so the gentleman with the younger gentleman with sunglasses, I commented on the shirts and complimented, and all of a sudden he went back to the car and got his shirt. So we had to get a picture of all of them. They were from Nebraska visiting, and it was super cool. While we were there, they had this really, really cool female rock fest. The music was phenomenal too. I mean, if you see that anytime, you really want to participate in that because it was really good. And there were lots of men out there too. Then, of course, after the show, that night, I had to stop by Willie's Tropical Tattoo, and I saw Miss Paige with her beautiful smile. She makes my day. There she is. I did not get to see Willie, and I did get a call today, and he's like, I wish I would have known because we could have went to dinner. But he was doing a show and stuff, and I hate to be a pest. I don't like to pester people. I love them to death. The last thing I want to do is, interrupt what they're doing, have them think they have to entertain us. But we get to see him in a couple weeks because we'll be at Tropical Tattoo Show. Dawn and I will be there in full force. And then the picture on the other side, Kathmandu, on Saturday, she wanted to take her bike. Friday night, she went to get it started. It wouldn't start, having a problem. On Friday, I stopped there to see if I could make it work. Unfortunately, it wasn't just a few adjustments or this or that, some fouled spark plugs. So we decided to get the parts on Saturday. And on Sunday, I rebuilt her accelerator pump for her S&S carburetor, put it all back together. Mind you, I did not have any of my tools, and she has very few tools in the toolbox, which we're going to correct that, but we got the job done. And boy, howdy, does that damn motorcycle run. It is a beast. I was really, really, really happy, and the tune turned out great, and we're going to pull the plugs here this week after she puts some miles on. It's going to send some pictures, and we're going to make sure everything's good. So, yeah, that was pretty much my trip to Daytona this weekend. So, we have a great show next week. Unfortunately, this week's guest had some issues with their internet.
Well,
and hey, Walt, I love you. John Baker, I see you. Sean Darby, David Moore. I love you guys all for being here and watching it. It means the world to me. So they had some difficulties because of weather. The tree fell over and they didn't have any internet. So they let me know on Friday that they were going to need some time to get the repairs done, which was cool. And that's why we didn't put out a formal announcement. But this week coming up, next Monday, we have Dan Toast from Toast Exhaust. And that's going to be a great show. We have some phenomenal people coming up before Bike Week, during Bike Week. This past month, we've had wonderful, wonderful, inspirational women. Tamara Robertson, Miss Jess. Wow. I just go on and on. Well, you guys can go back to the YouTube channel and you can see any episode that you want. You just go to @Athena After Dark on YouTube and search that. And all of our episodes, all 62 of them, are there. So I'm really excited. If you guys have anything going on, Daytona community events, anything that I can list in our upcoming events, even your local stuff, I love to promote for everybody and help everybody out. And we're going to Daytona. It's going to be an absolute madhouse. I will see you on Monday. Fantastically excited about that because we're going to keep doing the show. I'm not sure if I'm doing a live show from Daytona or we're going to see if we can pre-record. I know that sounds bad, but if we can get you a good guest, might as well. While you're sitting in the hotel room in Daytona because you're exhausted from all the riding, you could just turn on YouTube on the hotel TV and, watch the show. So, okay, I'm going to give you 5 good things that you're always supposed to remember. And then you guys know 2024 is packed full of great giveaways, events, guests, and so much more. Oh, yeah, let me say that. So last week, Miss Samantha Doffo, we did a contest, and our wine winner is Miss Jennifer Losell. She had the correct answer. Miss Carly Cobb was the first and only woman on the label for Motodoffo. So that was exciting. And I'm going to get with Miss Samantha. She's going to send you some wine out. So thank you for answering that. And there was a bunch of other ones that answered after, but she was the first one. So we're going to make sure that she gets her bottle of wine. And then I want to shout out happy birthday to Mailman. Happy belated birthday, Mailman Kevin O'Brien. It was his birthday. And then yesterday was Tony and Jenny's anniversary. And they came out to Destination Daytona. Always good to see them. And Spike and Sheila, they made my day. They traveled quite a ways across the I-4 to come and visit. So it was just phenomenal. And when I tell you, too, when I said about the energy, about the bike show, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a different way. Like it was different than what I'm used to because I'm always used to being around the guys. And not that the guys, I've been in the shows, you know what I mean? I guess I didn't feel that I would be judged any differently because I was a girl. That's not true. I knew I would be judged differently because I was a girl. So when I did like early cycle source shows and things like that, what I did was I made sure that I put my best foot forward. It's a how do you say it? In competing like that at like the bigger bike shows, it's different. The ride-in shows, the local shows, I know, look at the camera, Don's like, look at that camera. I'm looking at you.
Engage your customers. Draw them out.
Right, no, we're not doing the confused. Yeah, that was very 80s, babe. Nice try though. Yeah, so it was kind of crazy because the ride-in show is, all those women, they brought their beautiful stock machines. They brought with a little bling here and there, all the way to the full-blown customs. And everyone treated everybody with great respect, as the bigger shows do. Just the criteria is a little different for some of the larger shows. So it's not that you can't make it. It's just nice that the little ride-in shows, everyone gets to participate. And not everyone gets a trophy because we're not of that generation, you know what I mean? And no one got pissy or anything like that because they didn't win. And some of the winners were excited because they didn't think they would win. So, and it was really difficult because there were so many good motorcycles. I'm not sure I like being a judge. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it's so difficult because there's so much and so many. For me, I'd have to have 30 different classes like they do at the cycle source shows because then you really can fit everybody into a category and a criteria, and there's a recognition for it. But to all those women that were there, all the motorcycles were there. First, kudos to you for getting on your bikes and riding out because it was 43 degrees that morning. It was freezing. And second, for real, no matter what you ride, the important part is that you ride. When you customize it and you make it yours, that's cool. If it's the tiniest little bit all the way to full-blown custom, it represents you. So, and I'm grateful that you all came out to share what you ride with me. That made me feel so good. Again, we're going to be doing more stuff like that. I have some cool, crazy upcoming stuff. And we're learning how to do videos this week. And we're going to upgrade some of these show things so you don't have to just look at slides with my little boxes of pictures in there. It's so cool. All right, so I'm going to give you the 5 good things that you need to remember. And if you're having a bad day and somebody you know is having a bad day, you give them these 5 good things. So, because it'll change your perspective. So first of all, be kind to yourself and others. It matters, right? Share a smile with a stranger. You have no idea. Just ask Barry Wardlaw. He knows. It definitely can change someone's perspective and change their day. So do your best to help someone who needs it, even if you need help yourself. Again, I can't say enough about how we all have to just lift each other up and do what we can to help one another. That's the most important thing. So also find joy in one small thing every day. If you do that, no matter what comes along, there's that one little piece of you inside that can smile and know that at least today you got to enjoy one small thing that brought you joy, made you feel good inside. And then, of course, my favorite one is remember to spread your sunshine, even on the rainy days. That is so important. Okay, well, I am so thankful to all of you for being here. You have no idea what it means to me. And things are going to be changing a little. We're going to get some better stuff. Like I said, I'm learning how to make videos. Don's teaching me where to find all the tutorials and all that stuff. Like, there's not enough hours in the day already.
Daytona's coming.
Daytona's coming. Why do you have to say
I say it every day. Daytona's coming. Keep going. Keep going.
It's okay.
There's no crying in motorcycles.
There's no crying in motorcycles.
Keep going.
When you win, I cry when I win.
Oh, God.
Anyways, okay. So next week, Dan Toast. I'm so excited. And this week, while I'm doing videos, I'm also going to update the website, and I'm working on figuring out how to make a gallery for every guest's photos so that you can see all the photos that we showed on the website. So I'm so excited. All right. Well, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. You guys have a great chopper week.